what's going on, everybody? It's your boy. So I will critique you. I don't care if anyone critiques me. There's Deontay Wilder's water was spiked, okay? That was one of the ones they did up close with the glove, or, you know how the editors do. Wilder under attack, he looks strong enough to make an attack. He looks like he's winded. He does look a little bit winded to me. To me, he looks a little bit tired. Did he train good enough? Did he do enough road work? That's the question. Okay, let's stop with the water shit. Did he do enough road work? Okay, because they're getting ready to fight again.
This guy's lying. What a liar this guy is. All that does not do road work.
You don't have tampered water, you can't prove it. There's going to be a third fight. If not, then he needs to go to prison. I don't believe that Wilder put in the time that he needed to put in. He was too busy going around getting his ass kissed and being called a king. Okay. There you see.
I'm just waiting for some numbers to get in. I've got to mute for a sec. BFTB. Alright, we got them. Maybe I can get an interview up. Alright, let's see. I might have to screen share this. I might have to screen share this bad boy. Hold on. For God's sake, these ads.
Everybody, Brett Okamoto from ESPN alongside UFC's welterweight king, the African gorilla, Kamaru Usman, who I got a lot of questions for. But first and foremost, I mean, the last time you and I spoke, one of the topics that came up is your decision to not wear shirts very often. Now here you are. you got the threads on. What's the deal there? I mean, I thought we were. I mean, it's even warmer now than it was last time I talked to you. We're almost in June now. What's going on?
I know. That really hurt my feelings last time. I was broken up for a while. So since then I haven't gone anywhere without a shirt on. I've always kept the shirt on, and it seems better. I feel like I don't get as much attention, so
I would imagine so.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a letdown, but it is what it is. I'll do it for you, Brett.
No, dude, don't let me make you feel insecure. I mean, I never said it didn't look great. I was just curious.
Skip ahead.
I am in Denver, actually. Another reason why I got the shirt on. It's not as cold in South Florida, but yeah, I'm in Denver right now.
Okay. When did you get to Denver?
Oh my God. Okay.
Getting a different feel, and we'll see what happens. But everyone knows South Florida is my home.
What are we preparing for, man? I mean, that's the obvious question, right? I mean, last time I spoke to you, you
you said unequivocally, 100%, Jorge Masvidal is my next opponent. Are we still there? What is the time frame? Who are you fighting? When are you fighting? Where are you fighting?
Right. That's the craziest thing right now. Like, you guys see this whole circus that's going on. I've been ready to fight since April, Brett. I've been ready to fight. Like, I've been training since February, and I've been when that situation was unfolding with Khabib not being able to come back in the country. You saw it. I called Dana up. Hey, April 18th, you need me, my man. Let's do it. I'm ready to rumble.
Hold on a minute. Let me just get. All right.
The right price.
I'm gonna dissect this.
I got in the gym, started cutting weight. I could have made the weight easy, but their side pulled out. As we saw later on, he came out and said, "Oh, we were different with the numbers and this and that." So they told you they pulled out. May 9th, same thing. I called them like, "Hey, I'm ready to go. Let me know what we need to get done to get this going. I'm ready to rumble for the right price." I guess I don't know what negotiations were going on with them or how far they went on that, but it ended up happening. June, I'm throwing my hat in again. I'm ready to go. What's up? I'm ready. The champ is ready to go. Let's go. And now, this whole situation, I'm ready for July or whatever is going on, but now they're coming out saying, "Oh, well, we want to look at this guy and this." Like, in the history, when have you seen a number one contender say, "You know what? We're not gonna take the fight to become the champion of the world and be the star that we always wanted to be"? Why would anyone do that? Oh, you're just trying to get some money because you think that's an easier fight for you. The guy that you kind of just beat playing around, you thought that's a better fight for you. Why is that a better fight than being the champion of the world?
Yeah.
Oh, because you know that the champ of the world is gonna be better, and I have nothing that I can do about it. So you know what? Let me go over here and try to get some easy money.
All right, we'll stop it there. Ginger Snitch says Fury needs less padding in his gloves. Yeah, I want you guys to get your thoughts on Usman and Masvidal if you follow the UFC, because I'm just playing that interview now, so we'll see. All right, we're just gonna watch the whole thing.
And so I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I don't care who it is. They can drag someone's mom out of the basement. I'm ready to rumble for the right price. I don't care who it is. If it's Conor, that's why I said Conor. This will be history. Like, I know a lot of people are trying to kind of throw on it and say, "Oh, Conor doesn't deserve it." Okay, but the next guy that's deserving of the fight would be Leon Edwards. He can't get in the country. So what? Well, if Conor can make this fight happen, why wouldn't we fight Conor? He just fought at 170. He looked great. Like Cowboy Cerrone beat a lot of guys that were ranked he did very well at 170. And Conor went out there and starched him. I mean, obviously, I like Cowboy. Cowboy's my guy. But Conor went out there and got the job done in less than a minute. So how could people sit here and say that Conor is not deserved? And we're about making history here. He's saying that he's the pound for pound greatest of all time across 3 divisions. Yeah. This is your chance to prove it. Go out there and win the third belt in the third division. So why wouldn't we make that fight? I'm gonna give him the opportunity. If Conor wants it, let's do it. But Conor's quiet now. Why is Conor quiet? Who says no to a title shot? I've never seen this in history where who says no when the champ says, "Come and get your title shot"? Unless you know you have no chance in hell of winning. That this might change the landscape of your fighting career ever. That's the only chance I can see people saying, "You know what? I'm gonna pass on that title shot right now."
Yeah, man.
All right. The chat got anything? No. All right. We're just gonna keep playing this. We gotta wait for the others.
I remember talking to you after you won the belt, and you said one of the best things about holding this belt is that I know that everybody has to come to me now. Everyone's gonna want to fight me, and now here we are after one title defense, and you're saying the number one contenders don't want to fight you. So you were wrong about that one.
I was definitely wrong about that. I've been the boogeyman in the welterweight division for a long time, and I'm still having problems getting fights as a champion. Like, if that doesn't tell you I'm the most dangerous and well-rounded welterweight there's ever been, I don't know what is.
I'm hoping to talk to Dana Whyte this week. You know, as I'm sure you know, the fights with bags are most likely going to be here in Vegas. Going to try to get some of Dana White's time. But can you tell me, I mean, have you talked to the UFC? Have you talked to Dana? Have you talked to Hunter? Have you talked to Sean? What is their take on this whole situation?
No, I haven't talked to them. You know, I don't particularly talk to them. I let my manager do that for me. You know, he does a great job of me, you know, talking to them and getting gifts and things like that. So I let him handle all that. My job is to rumble for the right price, and you know, when they pull my ticket and call my number, I get in there and I make it happen. So you know, I've been ready. Like I said, I've been ready since April. We just can't get these guys to commit and step in there and try to take this belt.
You know, you mentioned for the right price 3 or 4 times now already in this interview. What you need to have some conversations with UFC? Does your contract need to be opened up?
I mean, there's always a conversation to be had, of course. You know, and that's when you become the champion. You know, the landscape of things change, and you know, that's it. You know, just a little conversation that needs to be had if there's a serious fight on the table, but. You know, we can't get anybody to commit to a fight. So, you know, we can't even have those conversations if we can't get somebody to commit to a fight. So, you know, we're looking to hopefully get somebody to commit to a fight, and you know, my manager is going to do what he does best.
Which of any of them would you want the most right now? Is it still Jorge, or now does the idea of Conor kind of creep up and past that one?
Which fight do I want the most? Like for me, I think mean anything. They don't mean anything. They're all the same. When I step in there, I'm going to hit them all with the same intensity. And obviously, the Masvidal, because so many people were on that and so many people felt like that made sense, which, you know, I didn't think it made sense from the start, to be honest with you. But so many people were buying into the hype and they said, oh, he's the next contender, this and that. All right, I'll give you what you want. You want Masvidal? All right, I'll give you Masvidal. So I said, all right, let's make it happen. And now he's sweet. You know what, Dave, let's run it back. What? Who says no to a title shot? And then, you know, if Conor came out, I didn't say anything about Conor. Conor's the one who came out and said, you know, I might go in and take over that 170 division. Well, here's your chance. Here's your chance, Mr. McGregor. You want that 170 division? Here's your title shot. But I haven't heard anything. It's just silence now. All these guys are just silent. What's going on?
Kamaru, you versus Conor McGregor, who has fought as low as 145 pounds, who's shown that he's had a little bit of problems with a wrestler in Khabib Nurmagomedov. Is a fight between you and Conor a competitive fight? You're an analyst sometimes for ESPN. If you're breaking that fight down, Kamaru versus Conor, how competitive is it?
Yeah, it is a competitive fight. Like a lot of people are kind of going on the side. Oh, you've been at 170 and Conor's fought as low as 145. I wrestled at 145. What are people talking about? I wrestled at 145 and then I grew into a 170 pound fighter. Conor fought at 145 and then he grew into a welterweight fighter. You know, yeah, some people might still say, oh yeah, he's too small, but Masvidal was a middle lightweight fighter. You know, RDA was a lightweight fighter. You know, Nate Diaz was a lightweight fighter. Anthony Pettis was a lightweight fighter and fought as low as 145. Came up to welterweight and knocked out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. You know, so I think it's ridiculous for people to just sit here and say, and that's true. A fight is a fight. A lot of the people who are saying, "Oh, this is not competitive," are a lot of just fans standing on the outside. You know, a fight is a fight. Anything can happen in the fight. You know, and Conor's got that beautiful left hand that he feels that he could, you know, deliver. And no, he said himself, nobody can take that left hand. You know, I'd like to test that. I'd like to see if he can throw that left hand, if he can make that happen. So, no, I think it's crazy that people are saying it's not going to be competitive. The real people know how that would go down. The real people. If you're asking me, am I going to win? Do I think I could win that fight? I can beat anybody on the planet. That weighs 170. I can beat anybody on the planet. So, of course, I'm going to say that.
Would you be tempted at all to try to knock him out if the fight did come together?
Absolutely.
Rather than wrestle him, like maybe in the first round, if you felt like I could take this guy down, but would there be part of you that would want to knock him out?
Well, first of all, it's not that I can take this guy down. I can absolutely take him down if I want to. I can take anybody down if I want to. Tyron Woodley's a 2-time Division I All-American wrestler, probably the best now, minus Ben Askren on paper, and we saw that win. So it's not based on that. Like, I can absolutely take anybody down that I choose to take down. I'll even sign a contract with Conor McGregor. I'll tell him, you know what, we'll put it in the contract. First round or second round, I'm not going to take you down. If you want to do that, we'll put it in the contract. I'm not going to take you down. Like, the crazy thing is that people are still under the impression that all I can do is wrestle. Like, that's what's crazy to me. In my last fight, I could have taken this guy down. I chose not to. I chose to stand there and beat him up. With Woodley, when I wanted to stand, I stood with Woodley and almost got him out of there. The fight.
All right, we're back. Usman needs to take trash talking lessons. Nah, it's not bad at all. It's not how people say it is. Let's keep listening to this.
And I almost got him out of there in that last round.
Yeah.
Damian Maia, I stood with him all 5 rounds. Right? Like for people to really still say that, oh, you're going to try to take him down. Hey, yeah, if I want to take him down, I've said it before. If I want you down, I'll take you down. That's not there's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. But if I want to stand and strike with you, absolutely. Am I going to try to knock Conor McGregor out? Absolutely. I'm going to try to knock his head off his effing shoulders.
Well, I mean, obviously, you signing a contract that says you wouldn't take him down in the first 2 rounds would be pretty entertaining.
I would absolutely sign that contract. Absolutely.
As a fight fan, I wouldn't mind seeing it. But let's say Conor stays quiet. Let's say this isn't a title shot that he wants. Let's say Jorge decides to continue to pursue Nate. I know that Nate would love him again. So let's say those 2 are off the table. What does that mean for you? like a rematch with Colby, Tyron, Gilbert Burns, the guy that you know well, obviously, the winner of that fight. I mean, would any of those fights do anything for you?
Well, listen, this is what kind of it's kind of annoying to me. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, rematch with Kobe, rematch with Kobe." Like, why does Kobe deserve a rematch? Like, was he the champion that I just took the belt off of? That deserves a rematch? Like, that's the craziest thing to me. A contender fights for the belt, gets knocked out, and then everyone's like, "Oh, rematch for what?" You know, but I absolutely, down the line, I would absolutely love to fight him again because it was a fun fight. Like, I had as much fun in that fight as everybody had in watching the fight. You know, so it was a fun fight. Absolutely, I would love to fight him again. But for everyone calling, "Oh, it's a rematch," you need to do for what? Was he the champion? No, I was the champion, and I went out there defending my belt. So why does Kobe deserve a rematch? Because it's just one fight, people want to see it again, see the blood again. Yeah, absolutely. We'll do that down the line when I feel like I want to. You know, on the bigger, better. Like, I want to continue to defend my belt. So, you know, I've been ready to defend this belt since April, May, June. Now we're looking at grow a pair of balls and step in there and took this L.
July on Fight Island, right? Is that period? Flying to an island somewhere?
July in my backyard.
All right, last question for you this weekend. I mentioned it earlier. Tyron Woodley fighting Gilbert Burns. What do you think of that fight?
All right, here we go.
And I mentioned you know Gilbert pretty well. If he were to win that fight and look great, you know, I've asked him this question too. What are the chances of you two fighting? What is your relationship when it comes to that?
No, our relationship is good. It's not with, you know, respect very, very well. He's similar to me. We're just the same thing. We love what we do. We go, we train, and we love our families. You know, and that's what it is. Like, it's understood. Whenever that ever comes up, when we have to fight, who am I to tell a man that you can't change the landscape of your life, your family's life? You know, absolutely not. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to give him a title shot or anything like that. No, that's silly. You know, me, him, and Vicente, we're kind of in that same boat. If it comes down to it, we have to fight. Absolutely, we're going to fight. And then at the end of the night, I'll buy you a beer if you want beer or drink. You know, simple as that. You know, no bad blood in any sense of all that. If we have to fight, then we have to take care of business.
Beats Tyron this weekend?
I think a lot of people are sleeping on Gilbert with this fight, which is a very big mistake. If Tyron doesn't come correct, it's gonna be a bad night. That's all I'm gonna say. If Tyron doesn't come correct, it's gonna be a really bad night. Because Gilbert is just he's starting to hit his stride, and that's a dangerous man when that you have in front of you. When he's starting to feel it, and he's confident in himself, and it's a very, very dangerous man. So I guarantee you, Tyron doesn't come on his P's and Q's, he's gonna be very disappointed.
Yeah. All right, man. One last thing before we let you go, and we appreciate the time. You've been gracious with it as always. You know, these days they can cut up these videos however they want. They can throw them up on social media. You know, these things go viral, this and that, everything else. I want you to look at the camera and give a message to Jorge Masvidal, and then I want you to give one to Conor McGregor. Anything that you want to tell him. I mean, you're looking for a fight in July. Neither of those two have a fight currently booked. They've said some things, you know, Conor is talking about the GOAT, and Jorge Masvidal is talking about it potentially being that fight, but you two have, you know, squared off and had, you know, your history together. What do you have to say to Jorge Masvidal today? What do you have to say to Conor McGregor?
I say to both guys now are champions of Twitter. Typing stuff up on Twitter. That's what both guys are champions of. Talking on Twitter. These guys are saying no to a title shot for him. Be quiet, because we've seen with Jorge Masvidal, you've had the opportunity. April 18th, you had the opportunity. You said no. May 9th, you had the opportunity. You said no. June, you said no. Now July, you want to fight date, a fight that will be competitive. You know, and Conor, you said you want to be the king of the 170 division. Now you're quiet. So you know what? Just remain quiet. That's what I expect. Remain quiet, both of you guys. Remain quiet, because I'm giving both of you guys a shot. And none of you guys want to take it. So stay quiet and let the king go on down the street doing his thing.
Kamar, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the time. You look good. I'm sure underneath your shredded pecs are looking big.
Oh,
you
boy.
want to see it?
You know what? You don't got to do it. You don't got to do it.
You want to see it, bro? I got you. I got you.
Damn.
I got you. What's up?
There it is. I knew it. I knew it, man. Off-season Kamaru, shredded as ever.
My man. Hey, I've been ready. This is fight shape. I can make weight this weekend.
You look ready.
All right. Let's go back. All right. That was very interesting. That was very interesting. Clearly, Usman is not on the priority list. Yeah, everyone's talking shit about Usman, but they don't want to fight him. You know, they don't want to fight him. So I mean, I don't know. Like, fuck, what's all this shit? Oh, I mean, I don't really know, dude. Like, how can they not want this fight? Black Star Sports TV, salute, just found your channel. Oh, who sent you here, Black Star Sports? Good to see you. Who sent you here? Was it Ronald or was it Loz? Loz D or... Oh, sorry, I'm playing a video. Let's just see. Yeah, everyone just fucking lying on Wilder as usual. I mean, really, if you're not, if there's nothing coming from the horse's mouth, we linked up on BFTB. Oh yeah, were you in his thing this morning? Because he did 2 videos. He did one on the zone that I haven't watched. I haven't watched the 2 videos he put up today. Maybe I'll bring it up now. I laugh my ass off to it. He is so good, that BFTB. All right, the zone is broke and Fury making excuses. Fury making excuses. It seems like a good one. Prepping his fake fans for him to get KO'd. Yeah, because he said Wilder would be more dangerous. Wilder's costume needs to be heavier next time. All right, fair enough, man. If you want to go on with that. All right, let's see BFTB. Let me just let's just see this. I gotta put this a bit lower.
All the lies about Tyson Fury and his gloves. Go ahead and ask me questions.
I wonder if anyone debated him.
He immediately came here as soon as I came on. Yeah, I got you. All right, I got you. I didn't think so, bro. I didn't think so. All right, I got you. All right, peace.
Let me just see this. Oh, this should be good. Yeah. Do you want to go live now, Blackstar, or another time? I mean, there is the link. I can put it in again if you want. Anyone's welcome. Even my enemies are welcome. I mean, someone came in the other day that didn't particularly like me, and we're good now. So anyone's welcome. I mean, if I know you, because I know Black Star Sports TV, but you know, if I haven't seen your channel, you know, I'll be a bit wary. But if I have, which I have, then yeah. Let's see. I got a warning on my channel. A warning on my channel. Dillian Whyte needs to get a better chin. I think Dillian's chin is all right. It's when he takes the shots to the forehead or the side of the head. That's where it goes wrong. That's where it goes wrong for a lot. All right, let me see what he says here.
So H Money. The one, not the one with the big picture. That's not him. Look, this one right here, that's not him. That's not him.
Oh, that H Money guy came into his chat. Fucking heck. I mean, that guy, I don't know about that dude.
Drop the link. Okay, I'll drop the link as soon as you tell me.
All right.
To a fault. All right, let me say it again. An attempt to lessen the blame attached to a fault. Well, so if I don't prepare like I did last time for Deontay Wilder, I'm going to lose. I can't see myself winning. Excuse number one. All right. So.
Oh, fuck. This is good.
If I drink Diet Coke, I can't see myself winning. If I drink Diet Coke, I can't see myself winning.
Oh, Ronald's in the house. Good to see ya. See, we're getting everyone now. We're getting everyone that's associated with the LDBC is now tuning in. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. I'm just listening to BFTB a bit as well.
Attempt to lessen the blame attached to a fault. An attempt to lessen the blame attached to a fault. Okay, all right, let's keep going. So if I don't prepare like I did last time for Deontay Wilder, no distractions. No distractions. Then I can't see myself winning again. An attempt to lessen the blame attached to a fault. Skills 9 in the building, salute. So if Tyson Fury does interviews,
I'll just drop the link if you want. I just paused that for a sec. Yeah, man, salute to you all. Usman needs to take trash talking lessons from Mendes. You know what, man? I'm going to cover that real quick. Like, obviously, no one wants to fight him. No one wants to fight him. I think the only guy that wants to fight him is Leon Edwards or Woodley. And Leon Edwards is in the UK, and Woodley needs to get through his fight this weekend. McGregor and Masvidal, the more polished strikers, don't want to fight him. And that's it. And Chad Mendes is shit. He's a drug cheat. He's a cheat. Like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's the worst cheat, though. 100%.
then he can't see himself beating Deontay Wilder. An attempt to lessen the blame attached to Chad. I'm sorry. His name is Chad. So Chad says, are you worried Mike Tyson will come back and take over the heavyweight division? No, Chad. I am worried about these 6 excuses that Tyson Fury just made today. I am worried about that. And I do what I do. Destroy him.
All right, I'm going to click off this video. And we got Ronald. What up? What up?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's good? You can hear me fine? I can hear you fine.
Cool, because I'm just sitting in the car and shit, so.
Oh, that's all right. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Good. Oh, we got Parkour Master in the building. I think you came earlier. Parkour, have you got like 3 channels, dude? Parkour in the house. I don't know, man. But whatever. Yeah,
Parkour
we're
in
just...
the house.
Huh?
Parkour in the house.
Yeah, in the private chat. He came like at the start. But yeah, man, I mean, we're just, I'm just talking about.
Though again, right? What's that, Watcher?
I'm just talking about a couple of things that have popped up. People talking about Mike Tyson and Wilder, and just the stuff that Dillian Whyte is saying. You know.
Hey, did you see Mike Tyson try to do those stretches today? Looked like he was an old man to me, man.
No, I didn't see it. Where was that on?
I think it was on the IFL channel, if I'm not mistaken. Don't get me wrong, because I'm sub to a lot of different channels, but like Mike Tyson was doing like some stretches, and I swear to God, when he got up, it looked like he was about to hurt himself, bro. He can't fight nobody right now, man. I ain't got a problem with them guys fighting like on like a say if they do like a safety type of tournament, like whereas though it's just exhibition like circus fights, kind of like what Eddie Hearn do. You know what I mean? Like that's just my opinion. Then they
Yeah,
can be like,
yeah,
yeah,
that's ridiculous. I mean, far out. I mean, you got all these channels speaking about Wilder, about something he said 3 years ago. Like, if you look at IFL, they've uploaded a video of Wilder, like ranting about Mike Tyson in his car. Like, I remember when that got released.
yeah.
You know,
Or they brought that up again today.
I'll put it in the chat actually. You know the one of like Wilder, he's freaking, he's obviously saying that Mike Tyson beat no one. I mean, actually, let me just look up. I'm gonna look up Mike Tyson on BoxRec. Let me see
Yeah, I think
this.
I did see something about that. Like they was like bringing up like something that I thought it was like relevant today, the way they brought it up. Like,
No, but no. Let me just share this. It was
oh, cool.
3 years ago, man. It was before like Ortiz. All right, let's just see. All right. I don't know why they're bringing it up. Who? So just read the title. We're talking about Wilder, Mike Tyson, Dillian and Whyte.
Dillian
I want to
Whyte.
know who like Mike beat and like where they were ranked, because I mean, all right, Trevor Burbick, Danny Smith definitely not. See, I don't know who Pinklon Thomas was. I know Tucker, Biggs, Tucker, Holmes, good, but he's old.
Oh, you talking
Spinks,
about Trevor Big? Trevor Big?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
You know, my thing is right is people go on about Wilder, but like he's not losing to like a Buster Douglas. He's not losing to like a Ross Purity like Vladimir Klitschko did. Like he lost to the consensus number one. Like when Wilder was about to fight Fury, they were saying Fury was number one. They weren't even saying Joshua was number one. Wilder's first loss has come at the hands of a 6'9" like outboxer that cheated.
Yeah, outboxer. Yeah, 270 pound. What they call him a bare knuckle fighter and also a regular fighter. Like he has a lot of on his resume, and plus he's like huge, and you fight a guy who's like 225 at the most. Like to me, that's like David and Goliath. But like of course we know like David is like a strong young person, but like you know what I mean. Like when I look at them two fight, man, I just think like as long as they both in like the top shape they could possibly be in, it's gonna be a good fight. Depends on like who strikes first, or whoever, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think in the first fight, like there's a 46 pound weight difference. Like that's a,
Exactly.
that's a person. That's like what a small person weighs.
True.
Um, and then
Yep.
you got the leaning and everything.
That leaning was official this time. He was leaning hard this time. He was
Yeah,
chokeholding and he was leaning. And it's like here you have a man like they say Tyson was out of shape the first fight, but I don't consider him out of shape if he already fought two fights. And Wilder did knock him out the first fight. Like people won't admit that, but he was asleep on the canvas. When you sleep on the canvas, usually a referee will stand over top of you and say you're out. But that didn't happen because it was like they wanted this to be what it is now. They wanted this to be what it is now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wilder put this man back in the mix like it was nothing. And that's what I appreciate about Wilder. He always give people rematches, and he, put it like this: like everybody's a little bit like deflated because Wilder lost, and we still kind of like in turmoil about it, about like saying like maybe it was a cheat thing or everything. But we're not really in turmoil about it. At least we got to experience it, and like instead of people ducking one another. Like that's
Yeah.
my feeling, and I hope that's the whole feeling of everybody who watch boxing. Like we got to watch a great fight, then we got to watch a second great fight, which in a sense was a bad fight because Wilder got pummeled. But you know what I'm saying? Like Watcher, it is what it is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, um, that's the thing. Like Wilder has fought the best. The best that were available. People go on about the earlier fights, and I'm not talking about like before he won the title. I'm talking about like Molina and all that. But I think people just need to look into things a bit more before they speak on the resume shit. You know,
Exactly.
because like Molina when he fought Wilder, that was the only guy available at the time. Because as a champion, you need to fight someone in the top 10, and if you can't get anyone in the top 10, you get someone in the top 15. That's five
Oh, that was
extra.
that was the fight when Molina kind of almost went the distance, I believe, but AJ knocked Molina out earlier, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that fight.
yeah, that one, and then you got like Duopar. I think Duopar was the one that went almost the distance, but he got stopped in the
Oh
11th
yeah,
by Wilder.
that was beautiful. I think that's when Floyd started hating Deontay Wilder because he kind of almost like similarly knocked Duhopis out, like Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, that's the thing.
when
Like,
when
I
you
don't
think
get.
about it,
Yeah, I don't get the animosity. I mean, it would be good if Floyd could support Wilder. Like, even I don't know if you've seen the video. It was like a year ago. Like,
yeah.
what they're at an event together, and Wilder went up to him and shook his hand, and I thought, I don't know. I thought, is this genuine? Because I just with Floyd, you never know, and there's just I don't know. So much animosity. I can't really hate on a fighter, but when a fighter starts lying and talking shit and manipulating situations, then I'll make videos on it. Why I will rant about it. You know.
Yeah, I think we got a good sign today. I saw a groundhog come out the ground today because I like watching fantasy fights, and I saw like a groundhog come out the ground today. So we all might be back in business as far as boxing talk goes, because I seen Champ Ross out today in chat. You know what I mean? Like he watched all the fights all across the world, and like we in like a fantasy league where we like talk about the fights and we watch the fights, and it's like I felt like that was a good sign because I ain't seen Champ Ross in like maybe like you familiar with Champ Ross? Watcher?
I'm not. Is that his
You need to
name?
check him out on Facebook. You'll like that. You'll really like that. When the
Yeah.
fight when the fights pop out, he put up a big old list of like everything that's happening that week. Who fighting, what country, what the record is, everything. I'm giving him a shout out because that's how I appreciate boxing watching. Like we talk about our favorite fighters, but like we also like learn learn everything about everybody across the world, even your country, Australia. You learn about all the different fighters.
I mean, there's so few here, but I know. Yeah, that's Oh, we got Black Star Sports in the chat. Tyson versus Fury exhibition. I'm assuming he means Mike Tyson. Look, dude, he can't fight. But yeah, that sounds good, Ronald. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you'll love it. Yo. You'll love it.
yeah.
Trust me, it puts you
I
up to
think I
speed
would.
so fast. You would check him out on Facebook. It's called Champ Ross. Just look up Champ Ross on Facebook, and then you'll see like fantasy boxing league, and then you'll find it.
Champ Ross.
it's not really fantasy because it's everything that happens in boxing. When I seen him come out today, I'm like, oh shit, these fights about to start popping off because he don't usually be on chat, but he has like a boxing league. We it's a point system. You get to understand who your favorite fighters are. You get to see who will win that week, and you get to actually put your bid in and say who's gonna win that week, and then you can win
Mm.
it. You can win at the end of the season. It's just good information. It's just really good information watching.
Yeah. So Champ Ross, ROSS.
Yes, sir. Champ Ross on
Champ,
Facebook.
Champ Ross. Let me see.
You'll like that, man. Trust me. When the fantasy
Mm.
league start back up, you will love that.
Yeah,
You'll be all in.
I'll have to check
You're
him
gonna make
out.
you're gonna make sure you get your who you think gonna win in before the week's out, tournament and everything, because you want to see like where you're at as far as like calling fights or who you think gonna win or what round or if it's gonna be decision, if it's gonna be like knockout. You see what I'm saying? You want to be
Mhm.
able to make sure that you're familiar with every country.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? It's really cool. I've been in that for like a year now.
Yeah, I think that's great. That's a great way to follow the sport as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Where else are we at?
How you been today, man? How was your day?
Yeah, I mean it's like 12 in the afternoon almost. So I still got some day to go.
Oh man, it's like what time is it here? It's almost 10 o'clock here at night.
Oh
It's
really?
hot. Yeah, I went fishing today. It was 88 degrees today. I live in Vermont, so like it's getting better. And like the weather's getting like really, really good. And I live like right on a lake. Like where I live at is like real rich people. But the point is, it's like so many resources where I had to have fun. It's beautiful. Man. I love this state,
Man, you guys in America like say 88 degrees, but like how
Yeah,
much is that? Is that cold or is that hot?
that's hot here. I live in like a snow state, like Colorado.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but it's a really green state. It's a very moist state. It's a very natural state. Like we don't have like pollution and shit like that. I live in the mountains, man. And it's very nice. You got valleys and mountains, and you got
That's cool.
a couple of cities. It's a beautiful state. It's a very beautiful state. And it's
That's
a very
really nice.
unpopulated state also. It's a very unpopulated state also. I think we got like under 1 million people that live here. And that's big in the United States to have under 1 million people that live in the state.
I know, right?
Very big.
You got Black Star Sports TV says Blue Blood Sports TV says they're supposed to have an agreement to fight an exhibition. I thought Fury said nothing materialized though. See, with Blue Man, I'm just questioning his like genuine. I'm questioning his credibility right now because 2 days ago he came out with the Wilder thing. So I'm just wondering if
That's my brother. That's my brother. I feel you on that, though, because man, you
yeah,
were talking about that the other day. We were talking about that the other day about the test results or the proof that Deontay Wilder had. So
yeah.
it's still all in limbo right now, as far as I think, because I've been watching all day. Boxing ain't really been going on lately, so if he come out and say something, like I was on Ticket TV. I don't know if you're familiar with Ticket TV,
Yeah, I am.
but we was talking about how if Deontay Wilder took this to Congress, like how important would that be for the sport? You see what I'm saying?
It,
It's really cheap.
it just depends if it's all true. I mean, that's why, like, as a Wilder fan, I'm gonna jump on everything Blue Blood says as gospel truth. Like, if it's true, it's
Of course,
true.
of course not.
But
Of course not.
what I don't like is other channels saying more excuses. These are excuses. These aren't excuses. If it turns out to be true, then that's kind of Fury just looking terrible and Wilder just being hard done by it. And if it isn't true, then blue blood lied and like we move on from that. But Yes, it would be important if
You
you
know,
could get.
well, he don't really lie though. Like, remember how I was explaining to you before? He's not really a person who lies because he has firsthand access to Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why
That's
like he's more
that's not
legit.
a fluke. That's not a fluke watcher. That's real in America.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
I have to like rebuttal what you said because I know Blue Blood Sports TV as a whole, as far as him being LGBT, as far as him being black media as well. You see what I'm saying? So I can't like sit up there and not. I can't like say that he's lying because I know how good his information is sometimes. But like you said, like we still waiting. So
Yeah.
like you
Well, I'm
said,
not calling him a liar either.
to get that.
'Cause he's legit. He's got direct contact with Wilder and his all the other team members, Shelley Finkel, all of that. So, and obviously, if he, him having information, he can't just blurt it out, because then that kind of ruins the relationship. But I forgot what I was gonna say. You can talk. So come back to
Oh,
me.
you good? I'm just enjoying the day. I ain't catch no fish today. Kind of pissed about that.
No fish.
I got off work and I got my pole out with my good lure. I had a good lure. I got a great lure on it. And I ain't even getting no bites, bro. I was in the wrong spot.
I tell you what, I went fishing once and there was a freaking stingray. You know what stingrays are?
Oh yeah, you was in the ocean.
Yeah. No, I was just on a pier, man. I was just on a
But the
pier, but
ocean, like I'm in fresh water. You in salt water. If you
yeah,
saw a stingray.
yeah. But I went fishing once, and man, there were little fish, and then there was like about 6 stingrays, and they're just massive, like they're just huge. I thought if this thing like gets on the hook, if this like catches,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to use He-Man strength. And then there was a freaking seal, and like that was crazy as well. Um, but yeah, I was gonna say, just with the whole Blue Blood Sports thing, I was watching Fanon boxing, and I've seen you in the chat there as well. But he did one yesterday or some like 20 hours ago, and he was bringing up some really good points. Like he was saying that Andre Ward, like, because when Wilder got his gloves, they came in like a FedEx bag, and
Yeah.
like they apparently weren't the actual selected gloves. Because I saw he had like bronze bomber on the gloves, so I assume those were the gloves he had in the first place. So I don't see how there wouldn't be enough time to put freaking emblem to come in a FedEx bag. But with boxing, you sign it off with the commission and everything. So I don't know what happened with that. But then Andre Ward was saying like how he didn't look right. And then like, in the whole locker room. And then Fanon said, like, why would a guy like Fury cheat? Because how people are very quick to just like shut it down, all the accusations and everything. He's like, why would a guy like Fury cheat? And he said, a guy that feels a bit insecure about his power, a guy, big guy getting dropped by smaller men, And I thought, that's pretty reasonable. Like, I agree with that. Like, I agree with what Fanon said. Because we're talking about a guy that, because I don't think Fury's pillow fisted. He's 270 something pounds for a reason.
When
And
he
he's
hit
got,
the bag, he hits the bag very well. Like I can see his power when he hit a bag.
oh, yeah, he hits it real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Wow.
he,
We talked
but
about that
even,
yesterday. We talked about how he can plant his foot, or he can he can use his weight to like generate power. Also, I believe.
yeah, he does it well. I mean, he he can fight. He's been doing it since he was a kid. But like, I do feel like Fanon made real good points there. He, like if you're getting dropped by Cunningham and like, you're getting hit by a guy that's got a 46-pound weight disadvantage on you, regardless if he's the hardest hitter in boxing. I mean, that would do something mentally to you. But really, man, the way I look at it is I think Wilder just had a bad night. Something could have happened with, the water being spiked and the gloves or whatever. And really, I mean, we'll wait for that rematch to happen. You know, and that's all.
Exactly.
That's yeah.
Heidi, Heidi, did I give it to you? Here, here. I'm sorry, I was talking about my wife.
That's all right. It's all good.
Yeah.
I want to. What else am I covering here? What do you think about Bob Arum saying that it could be in China or Australia?
Oh, which fight is this talking about? The Manny Pacquiao T Blood fight?
No, the Wilder Fury trilogy.
Oh yeah, because Bob Arum has his clause in that whole situation with Warren, right? Because they had top rank. I forgot all about that. So it's not
Yeah,
even
I don't know
one
either.
time deal. So it's not a one time deal because Fury is the champion. I get it. Yep. Taiwan. Uh, I'm not even trying to understand anything about Chinese people right now because of the COVID. So
Mm.
I won't be purchasing it. That's
Yeah,
just
I
my
mean,
opinion. If they bought all this, well, not even saying put it like this, Watcher. I have like a real strong belief when it comes to like I don't know if you saw Black Fight Fans interview with, with General Brigade, but that interview was like really telling about like how the virus came to America or anywhere because it came to all four corners of the globe. But I don't really I won't be purchasing anything dealing with Chinese people or Taiwan people or anything because of how they put this virus to all four corners of the earth, supposedly. And that's
yeah.
just the fact that these certain people are saying.
Ah, damn, he dropped off. Really? Must have been his battery or connection. I'll wait for him. Damn, he's always dropping out. It must be the connection or something, or the battery. But I mean, I'll go off of that conversation. I'll just wait for him if he comes back in. Look, man. I mean, the whole COVID thing is just crazy. There's so many like rumors going on about it. Really, at this point, I just want a vaccine, like quickly. You know, Black Star Sports TV says, I think things are gonna open up sooner than we think. NFL already talking about having fans in some capacity. The thing with me is like everyone wants to open up, but I don't want people to die. Like I don't want to catch this shit. I'm not catching this virus. I don't want my family to catch this shit. I don't want people I know to catch this shit. You know? Really, the only like event I can see where it's reasonable to have a crowd is like Joshua Pulev in Croatia, where there's an 1,000-seat arena and there's like maybe on each side of the arena a few people on certain levels. And that's it. Get some high-end rollers to pay tickets to see this fight. Put it on pay-per-view for a cheap price, let millions buy it. Because I'm not, like, even me, like, I gotta go back to the gym and coach everyone and, like I gotta coach fighters and people trying to get, fit and lose weight. He's back in. You good?
Yeah, I guess it just dropped off on its own.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't.
was just talking about the thing you brought up with COVID. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going around. I saw that interview with that general. Or I saw most of it anyway. It was very interesting talk,
Was it?
that's some
It was
good content
thorough.
there.
It was,
Yeah.
brother. I was like, man. See, that's the thing. Like, it's all about like not being like biased or unbiased. Like, I just took the information in and I just listened to what he said, and I just kind of like tried to analyze it myself or comprehend it myself and get what I got out of it. And it seemed legitimate, like what he was saying, because he was like
Yeah.
he was a general in the Air Force. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
He was stationed there. So to me, if you can't believe something like that, and he's actually coming on the platform and talking to people about what he felt like it was about, you see what I'm saying? Like, 'cause he's
Yeah.
how can you deny that?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
great information.
very, good insight to all of that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at some countries here that have. This was a few days ago. Few countries that have not reported any cases of coronavirus. You got ones like Micronesia, North Korea,
No
Palu,
cases at
Samoa.
all. No cases at
Yeah,
all.
they haven't like at all.
Wow. And those
Um,
are Chinese countries or Thailand countries or
we've got so a lot of them. So like where The Rock is from. The Rock, like how he's a bit Samoan.
yeah, I thought he was from Hawaii.
I think, well, maybe he's from. Yeah, I think he's from Hawaii. But those countries like Solomon Islands, I'm not too far
Yeah.
from that either. Tonga, and then you got ones like Vanuatu and Turkmenistan, Marshall Islands. So pretty much like remote places where it can't really be reached as much because like Micronesia, I've never heard of that place.
I heard that name before, Micronesia.
Let me see where that is. Oh man, that's in the middle of nowhere. Jesus. So that's crazy. Man, I don't know how people live on those places. But hey, if they don't get corona, that's a good thing at least. I mean,
I haven't met nobody like directly around my surroundings who passed away, but I just hear of people like on the internet who passed away. But like, in my
yeah.
direct surroundings, do you know anybody in your immediate surroundings who have passed away from it?
No, I don't. I'm just very wary of it. I mean, my because I coach MMA and I coach boxing. One of my coaches is sick at the moment. He said he was feeling a little bit sick, but I'm not sure if that's directly related to the coronavirus, which I doubt it is because he's just been indoors like the whole time and he's
Yeah,
had stuff delivered to him. But no, I don't know anyone that has got it or passed away from it. No, no one at all. No one.
yeah, yeah. I just hear of people.
Yeah, I hear it as well. It's on the news and everything. I mean, it's really bad, dude. Like this virus. I mean, it's in your lungs. If it gets you.
Exactly. Depends on how strong your immune system is, if you can fight it off, or if you can, if you can like come back from the symptoms that it takes you through. Because a lot of people like lose breath, or they just can't like move their limbs or some shit. Like that's what
Mm.
I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting though because there was this MMA fighter in the UFC. He said that he's not worried about it. I just thought it was interesting what he said. He's not worried about it. He said he's had far worse um things happen to him like food poisoning or like a stomach flu or something, stuff like that. Which I don't
Yeah,
know if that would be as bad, but food poisoning is very bad. I've known people who had food poisoning and they couldn't even like talk. They couldn't put a coherent sentence together. I just think
right.
if you do a bit of if you work out, if you keep your lungs strong, if you eat right, I mean, because you got to remember this thing, it's mostly effective on older people as well, like people that are like over 60 or 70, you know?
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah, that's what they say. Like, it's like the older people who are affected, like meaning people who's like, or people who just have bad health also. So it can. But see, that's the thing. Like, I don't think Blue Blood Sports TV had bad health, but he got affected by it because he's in like a populated area, like a really populated area. So
yeah.
it's kind of easier for somebody like I was saying about the chick that was in the opposite country. She was over there, and we know China and all those places are really populated. So And and like a lot of people don't believe that like maybe Deontay Wilder contracted it when he went across seas. You see what I'm saying? Like I I look at all of those things when I think watcher. Like for me, I'm not gonna leave no stone unturned. Like I'm not a free thinker. Like you never know what happened to somebody if they travel a lot. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly. You never know for sure sometimes, especially with situations like this. Um, Black Star Sports TV said like in Texas, the NFL, um, is like going to be like a full go. Um, I just wonder with this whole boxing thing because I've heard like Dillian White versus Povetkin, August. They're looking at.
Well, I can't wait for that fight. I kind of look forward to that fight, even though like that can pop dirty a lot sometimes. But like I don't know. I just kind of feel like that's what the UK is all about. Like that's just my opinion, but I'll watch it because that's like a brutal fight.
I think it's a good fight. It's the last roll of the dice for Alexander. I mean, this is it. And he shouldn't even be getting the shot. It really should be Michael Hunter. But
Oh, I love Michael Hunter.
yeah, you know what? For me, I used to think Dillian was the dark horse of the division, but I think
Yeah,
ever since he went on this rant about his title shot and testing positive, I thought it would be Hunter. Now I think it's Hunter.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, Usyk fought Michael Hunter. So if Dylan, see that's the thing about Dylan White, he's like so like weird, bro. Like he could make himself so relevant if he really wanted to make himself relevant by the fighters that we think. Like remember when Stavern was like Michael Hunter's size? Because I remember when Stavern was like Michael Hunter's size. See what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
why wouldn't Dylan White try to make names off of the fighters that are relevant to the
that's what
sport
I'm.
that we love?
That's what I'm saying. Like he has to focus on Povetkin. Like Black Star Sports TV says he's got Povetkin. I think Povetkin could win this fight because he gave Joshua trouble at that old age. He took Michael Hunter to a
Yeah,
draw. Controversial, okay. Right. He beat Huey Fury with ease. Like he didn't knock him out, but he out worked him and out hustled him. And he's technically the better fighter. And Dillian has a problem with uppercuts and those short hooks on the inside. It showed in the Joshua fight, it showed in the Chisora fights, and it showed in the Rivas fight. He has trouble with those short fighters that come up through those weird angles.
yeah. I don't believe he can get his hands back quick enough either. Like Dylan White is like his arms are like real like flabby, or I'm gonna say like flabby. Because he can't get his hands back quick enough, I can see Michael Hunter like really like doing some damage to him. Like just trying to like put his hands back, like counters and things like that.
Yeah. Hunter, for me, he's very good. His only
He
loss
is.
has come to Usyk, and I mean, he put up a great effort in that
It was
fight.
a good fight though. It was a good fight though. I thought it was a good fight.
Oh yeah, I mean, um, what's this? AJ's gun shy, worried about getting hit now ever since Ruiz dropped him. I mean, I don't agree, man. I think AJ. I know the LDBC don't like AJ, but I love AJ. I don't get offended though when people say stuff about AJ because I know there's some truth to some of the things. I think he's gonna destroy Pulev. I know that for sure. I don't think he's gun shy. I just think he was so fixated on outboxing Andy that getting hit like that again just would have put him out. And I think that with AJ, the shots he took to the back of the head in the second fight, I mean, he ate them. He ate them. He took them well. So I got no problem with how he fought. Really, I don't. But
You
yeah,
know, like when AJ fought Ruiz, man, I swear I thought it was gonna be like just a molly wop by AJ. I thought AJ was gonna molly wop Ruiz, so I was kind of like I seen a couple of Ruiz's fights, like when he fought that dude. I don't know if his name was Derevchenko. I'm not sure what the dude's name
yeah,
was.
that's his name.
What was his name? Yeah, but when he fought that dude, I saw like he could box and everything, but I just thought AJ was gonna wash him because like every time I look at AJ when he fight, I think of like power. I like the 1-2, boom boom, and you going to sleep. You know what I mean? Like I went
Yeah.
fishing that day, yo. I did not know that AJ was gonna hit him. Like I didn't know that Ruiz was gonna like what Ruiz did was like it was phenomenal. Like and everybody's saying that AJ. I think AJ had anxiety when he came to America. The people saying like he was mentally out of it, but I really just think he has anxiety. Like when you come to a big city like New York, like I live in a state where it's like as soon as you get to New York, the anxiety goes up. I think he just had a panic attack. So, like he just didn't know how to handle. See, that's the thing. Like UK fighting is way different than American fighting. That's why American is like the bigger stage because when you go in these type of venues, you're gonna see a lot of like power from people. You're gonna see a lot of like strong-minded people. It's not like the UK. It's not like you go in an event and you're just gonna be in an event and you're gonna be like just sitting there watching it. Jokers is gonna really be proud about who they are and like let's get it like fuck him up. You know, it's gonna be like a pit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
It is.
I'm gonna call it a pit. You know, it's gonna be like you in a lion's den, like you in a real place. Because when I used to go to fights, that's how it was. You got people from like it's like hood people in there. I think it's more hood people in American fights than it is like regular fans. Like it's just like people that's just like, I'm putting money on this fight, whoop his ass type attitude in America. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Look, like you said, it's the big stage. The fans are different. And the UK fans, they come, they travel, they will travel for their fighter. They are very loyal as fans. Like you saw with Wilder and Fury, there were a ton of British people there.
Yup.
But I think Joshua, he should have fought overseas earlier. Like when Wilder was fighting in Mexico and Puerto Rico earlier on in his career, he got used to that. So wherever he went from then on in, um, like he was already used to it. Like you look at Wilder perform at the Barclays Center against Ortiz. He did it.
Oh,
He handled it easily. Like that crowd was electric.
he,
That was you understand that was the
exactly.
second biggest crowd in Barclays history.
And you know the funny thing about that when you say that, and it was the show, and it was a lot of booze like for Wilder during that fight with Ortiz, but it was
Mm.
also a lot of love for him. Like 'cause that's the thing, like he was in the right city when he fought Ruiz. I mean, when he fought Ortiz. Are you talking about the Ortiz fight when Wilder fought Ortiz, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a lot. It was electrifying, like how like he got a lot of love, but then he also got a lot of booze even in his own country. You see what I'm saying? Like I
mm.
saw both sides of it when I watched it. I could tell it was hate in there also. You
Oh
see what
yeah,
I'm saying? But like that's the thing. Like,
you could
that's
hear it.
America.
You know what? In America, the man has got to compete with so many other sports. Like, it doesn't matter where, what month it is, what year, what time of the year it is. He's always going to compete with the baseball, the NFL, the basketball. These are huge sports. You know, here in Australia, you don't have that, so I wouldn't really understand it as much. But I know for a
Yeah,
fact that like baseball, basketball, NFL, that's gigantic. That is giga over there, and for Wilder to put on the spectacular performances and bring in crowds like how he does, you know, get people booing him, get people loving him. He's done his job. He's already done his job, really.
he's a very busy person. Like it's amazing how he can like keep up appearances, like just being himself, but also still fight. I felt like he was the most active heavyweight in the last 5 years, personally to me. You know, and a lot of people might like AJ. I don't really feel like he was the most active heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like he was the most active, and I felt like he put on the most electrifying shows. Even
Yeah,
though people said that the people he fought might not have been top 15 or top 10, I felt like everybody he fought was like at least top 15. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. Let me just read this in the chat. Not bad strategy, but what if Mike Tyson started changing up his style and started boxing in a fight? You would think he got gun shy. AJ was supposed to be the bully against Ruiz. Yeah, but he tried being a bully against Ruiz and it didn't work out. He got caught, so he changed it up. See, AJ has now got an extra layer to his game. You know, Mike Tyson, he was a bit too small to do what AJ did. It's not the physical attributes don't compare there. You know, in terms of just boxing on the outside. Yeah.
Black Star Sports TV said that.
Yeah. He put the latest comment. It's a longer one.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
What else have we got here?
Did you hear
I
about
see.
Manny Pacquiao? Did you hear about Manny Pacquiao and T Bud? Bob Arum say they supposedly in deep negotiations.
Well, I don't believe him.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know, dude. Like that welterweight division is really weird now. But there's so many good fighters. I'm not really understanding the hate towards Spence versus Garcia, and I'm not understanding the whole Pacquiao and Crawford thing because I don't know, man. I don't know if Pacquiao's got the best relationship with Bob after some of the shit.
Well, you know what? See, that's the thing. Also, I don't know if you're familiar watching, but I'm very familiar about this whole scenario with Bob Arum and Al Heyman. Like the reason why PBC is where they at right now because it's Fox Sports TV really now because PBC is just like they have a office in the building of Fox Sports TV now because of how big the platform that Al Heyman built with the PBC. So
Yeah,
like Bob Arum has like basically single-handedly hated Al Heyman for the last 5 years, bro. You can't make this shit up.
yeah,
You can't even make it up, bro. And see, that's the thing. Like he talked real slick, and people give him a lot of good credit. Like, I was surprised he made. Well, I know why he got the Fury because he knew that like that was an automatic profit to get Fury over there and hold up the fight and let Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury so he can have like a what they call it a joint promotion. So he
yeah,
knew he made money off of that situation. But like he's never been like a fair person when it comes to like just making a fight and letting it be 50-50. Or in the case of Terrence Crawford, 40-60. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. My
So what
thing
you
is like I don't see the real excuse for Spence versus Crawford not to happen.
me
Um,
neither. Me neither. But it
I
is
th-
what it is. He won't
yeah,
even let Crawford fight Sean Porter. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's gotta be a joint situation on a lower level since Bob thinks he's supposed to make all the money. Because ESPN sucks. I like ESPN, but they suck when it comes to promoting the fight or
yeah,
getting them ads to the fight.
yeah. I think with Heyman, obviously Bob's got he's got a great relationship with the media, so whatever he says is like really taken into account. But I
Yup.
think look, Heyman's not a loudmouth. He doesn't speak. He just wants to protect his fighters. When I say he wants to protect his fighters, not keep them away from certain fights, but making sure that in negotiations, the shit's 100% legit, and
Yeah.
there's no risk of your career being, you know, done if you were to lose. Al Heyman's done a joint pay per view with Bob Arum
You
for
you see what he did with Andre Berto. He made Andre Berto like I think Andre Berto was like the example of like how when you deal with Al Heyman, you will still have a life and you still will have like money at the end of your boxing career.
yeah.
And like, and that's the
I
thing. Like,
remember Julian Williams, he had a problem with the promoter, like with the contract, and Al Heyman sorted that out for him. You
yeah,
know, with Wilder has Heyman as an advisor, but his relationship deal with him, his what's it called?
you remember Monte Rosen?
No. What was
That's
with
the guy
him?
who that's the guy who fought GGG on short notice. I think his name is Eric Bonarosa. You remember
Oh
Eric
yeah.
Bonarosa? Well, he was the first person to admit that Al Haymon was the best thing he ever had, even though he left Al Haymon. But when he left him, he realized that like Al Haymon, he admitted. He said, "Yo, man, that's the worst thing I could have ever did was leave Al Haymon." He admitted it.
Yeah.
You know.
Al's good. This whole bullshit that he's a cancer to boxing. It's bullshit. I mean, he's
Mm-hmm.
put on big fights. He's got several world champions under his banner. Um,
Yeah,
I'll be back in a sec, Ronald. I'll be back in a sec. All right.
no doubt. I'm gonna look in the chat.
All right. All right. We're back. Not a whole lot going on in that chat.
Yeah, I see.
Just let me put my headphones in.
Yeah, man. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning there. 10:30 now. That's awesome.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. All right. What's someone put here? You follow the UFC at all?
For me,
Yeah.
am I from the USA?
No. Do you follow the UFC? You know the MMA?
Oh man, only on one channel I follow the UFC. I don't follow it as much now because I went back to work, but I go in the chat at night sometime to find out what's going on. Because I don't know if you're familiar with CHS CHH Combat Sports CSH Combat Sports. He interviews all of the MMA women.
Yeah,
He interviews a lot of the MMA women.
I know him.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. He gives back to communities. He's actually a mentor and a coach to several high schools. Like coach CHS CHS CSH Combat Sports. I've been knowing coach. He's LDBC. I've been knowing him for like 6 7 years. He's a really good dude. We used to watch a lot of Terrence Crawford's fights together on his channel. Like we will watch him and call them. Like I'll watch him call the fights, and we just be in the chat like talking to people. It used to be really cool, but Terrence Crawford fights put you to sleep sometimes. So you fall asleep and
Yeah. Oh my god.
it's
Yeah, I
bad.
don't know.
He went to 147. It got real bad, bro. He was putting us to sleep the way he was fighting these guys. Jeff Horn fight. That was the only fight that I really gave Terrence Crawford credit on because the way he broke Jeff Horn down. And Jeff Horn's from your country, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. And Jeff Horn had a bad outing after that. Did he win a fight after that?
He won against an old guy, and then
Yeah.
he moved up to middleweight and he lost, and then he beat that guy that beat him.
Okay. Yeah.
He's loved here. He's popular here.
That's good.
And I'm a fan of him as well, but he's not in that top bracket of welterweight. He's nowhere near it. What else is in the chat? All right. I don't know if you saw Wilder put something up. I think Ronald is muted. Maybe Ronald can't hear me. No, I can't hear Ronald. There he is. We got two Ronalds.
Yeah, it dropped me off again.
That's all right. That's all right. Did you see what Wilder put up? I'll put it in the link. He put something up on
Okay.
his Twitter. He's on this freaking motorbike. It's just crazy looking. Let me just find it. All right,
Can you
here
hear
we
me?
go. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It's not letting me connect. Like I said, I put it back on my Bluetooth.
Yeah, put the link in. Ooh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, yeah, I can hear.
Okay. I'll just leave it at this then because it don't seem like it want to let me connect again.
That's all right. I just put the link in there. He had this freaking motorbike. It's like enormous. It's crazy.
Which one? Are you talking about Wilder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice, right?
I mean, that is just that's what you get from from the megabytes.
Yeah, I got access to bikes like every day, yo. I barely get on them. Like it's snowmobiles up here also when it's snowing, but like I got access to a really nice one right now, and I barely get on it. Yo, I just move it like a here and there, just like get off of it because I don't want to like. When you can start getting used to stuff like that, you like a warrior.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, I'd imagine he would feel some empower. Like he'd feel empowered. You're on that
Exactly.
freaking massive motorbike.
Yep. That's a big one too. I seen that one. I was like, God dang, that's a big one. I was working on one like that at the shop, and I moved it around here and there. Man, I tell you, I don't want to be on it every day because if you're on that every day, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna be like one with the road type thing.
Oh yeah.
One with the road.
It should be interesting though. When he what do you call it? He when he comes back, like it's gonna be interesting to just hear Wilder speak and just hear him talk about the fight and what he's been doing because I've looked at Taylor Swift's Instagram and like they've got like they're wearing those masks together as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean it should be interesting when he comes back.
And I don't think he's one to like to not like not answer the question. Like when Wilder talks, he gonna actually really talk and he gonna explain like what he think, and that's gonna be like the epitome of like what's gonna happen next. Because
Yeah,
everybody gonna talk about it. Everybody gonna talk about it. Because he don't like short his words. You see what I'm saying? He gonna like tell you how he really feel or what he really think. You know, a lot
yeah,
of
you
people
get
like are turned
you
off
get
by
to.
that, but I call that like real, like right there.
Oh yeah, he 100% is real with it. He
Yeah,
you always got to get the truth.
you ain't gonna get no political answer. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, 100%. Hold on a
But
second, I
like,
just gotta fix my audio.
well, like when you brought up the other day, like about like how like we gotta sit there and wait. I was the same way in agreement with you. Like, yeah, I think I'd rather like see what he says. But, you know what I mean? Like, understand it.
Yeah. I mean, look.
We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknowns.
I don't know why my Bluetooth ain't working. We gotta turn the car off. I'm trying to hook it up.
Your Bluetooth, what's wrong with it?
Well, the car and my Bluetooth on my ears, like they kind of like seem like they conflicting right now. Either one of them don't want to work, so I'd rather hear it out the Bluetooth than hear it like out the speaker.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just looking at this other channel, and oh man, I mean, Jesus.
What channel is that?
It's Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio.
Oh yeah, I've been on his channel before.
Have you actually been on his panel?
Yeah, I've been on his panel once before.
Oh yeah, what were you talking about?
See, that's the thing about me, Watcher. Like when I go around the channels, like you know how I am. Like I just kind of like really kind of like big the channel up and try to promote the channel. Like BFTB channel is extreme because like that's how we started out. Like as far as like building up certain channels, it's just about like fun and like the whole drama, the whole situation. But I went on Watch a channel after I stopped smacking him with the wrench. And I went on this channel and we just talked boxing. I was respectful. Like I was respectful. I just went on the channel and just talked it up, chopped it up with him. Because he already knew who I was. It's just really all about like promotion to me. Like promote like channels in the right way. Like your channel to me right now is an important channel. So I'm a respect your channel. And I'm also hope that more people come to your channel. That's how I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good, like it's good to big up the channel and everything. I mean,
And I want
usually
to like
when I go
I
on
want
the
to
channel,
see
I'm requested to go on
yeah,
there. I'm asked
yeah.
to.
I like to hear different perspectives from people.
Yeah, I'm not really the one to get into like I'm not like BFTB with debates because that guy just he goes in on his guys on the
Oh yeah.
people that hop in like
Disconnected.
oh, there it is. I remember he had someone on from the UK. This was over a year ago, and they were
Yep.
like saying how Joshua was number 2 in the WBC so quickly, and the guy from the UK was saying, "Oh, it's because he got a gold medal. That must be the reason." And that BFTB, he was just laughing.
Yep.
Like he's had some funny debates on there. He's had
Yeah.
some
I
real
know
funny
like
ones.
yeah, BFTB like and he actually has good content like how he breaks down like certain situations with the PowerPoint and everything. I look at like PowerPoint when he like remember when he was talking about the pound for pound, like who's the best pound for pound fighter, and he put Deontay Wilder at the top. That was classic, yo.
Yeah.
Certain
But
debates, certain PowerPoints be classic.
oh
Because
yeah,
when you
like
think about
even
it, like you said, like if somebody weighed 45 pounds more than you, why wouldn't they be pound for pound?
yeah, exactly. I mean, look, it's a good channel he has. He does good PowerPoints or breakdowns. He clears a lot up. Oh, excuse me, he clears a lot up when it comes
Yeah.
to the whole thing of like if we got Black Star Sports, but his device is not connected. Oh, all right, we'll bring him in. Can he hear?
Yeah.
Is he mute? Is he? Oh,
He's
here.
with the bike
I think you're breaking up.
because that guy.
He
Yeah, he's
breaking up
breaking up.
bad. He breaking up bad.
Maybe reconnect. I can't hear him. You can't hear him, Ronald, can you? Oh, there it is.
No, I feel him.
I remember he had someone on from the UK. He's playing my audio.
they were like saying how
Yeah, I
Joshua
can't
is
hear you.
number
Blackstar, hop out and then come back in.
2 in the WBC so quickly, and the guy from the UK was saying, "Oh, it's because he got a gold." Amazing.
Yeah, I
Search
gotta
for
mute
sync
him.
on your device and select sync once it is found.
Okay, so I gotta sync it.
Everyone's having technical difficulties.
Yeah, everybody is. Like, I'm trying to get my shit like re-snap to the car so we can chop it up.
That's all right. Yeah. I gotta see if Blackstar Sports is is
Okay.
connecting.
He's not on yet.
Oh, let me unmute him because I think his thing was just playing. Ah, man.
Certain PowerPoint classes.
Oh yeah, like even
Like you said, like 45 pounds
Confirm
good.
that the pin displayed
thing
on
is
sync
just,
matches the pin displayed on your device.
oh, hold on, he's in the private chat.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, maybe he's got to reconnect.
Oh.
For your safety, please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
This shit supposed to be connected now. Oh, it must have clicked me out. Yeah, it clicked me out.
Maybe I might just kick him and then he can come back in.
Yeah.
Kick guest. That doesn't sound friendly. Because his thing is just lagging, so I got to kick him right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense because if it's lagging.
Let's just wait for it. See if he comes back in.
Yeah, I guess it won't let me connect right now. That's weird.
I mean, I can hear you.
Well, no, I'm good. I just wanted to like make it surround sound.
Oh, like in your car?
Yeah, I can't have my cake and eat it too right now. So we're trying to have my cake and eat it too and shit.
That's all right. Yeah.
Because I'm just sitting here chilling, listening, just hanging out with you, watching. You know.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. He hasn't connected yet. No one's in the lobby. All right, Ronald is muted. Oh my god.
I'm here. I just muted it.
Yeah, it's all right. Oh, dude, it's just hilarious sometimes with these other channels when I watch them. Like, some people get way too angry over stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm past the anger part because I already did whatever. I already did all my damage back in the day. So I just kind of like just look at it like a. See, the thing is like I like watching the fights and talking about the fights mainly. But when you see like stupid stuff come in the comment section, it just make you think like, are we really like fighting about boxing or are we going to talk about boxing? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I don't know if you know who the boxing Jedi is. He gets
Yeah, I've seen him once or twice.
he gets really angry. Like he hates Wilder. He absolutely hates him. Bruce Wayne. He absolutely hates him. But I don't even know if it's about boxing. Is it about the person or is it about boxing? All right, we got Black Star here. Let's see. You in?
Black Star Sports TV.
I mean, I can hear you.
Well,
Nah.
I'm good.
Hey,
Keep getting feedback.
To like make it.
Keep getting
hey,
feedback.
fellas. Can you get?
You gotta unmute your mic, bro.
No. Hold on. I muted him because it was getting feedback.
Oh, okay.
Because I can hear.
So hanging out with you watching, you know.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I can't hear him, man. I can't hear him. I gotta kick him again. Hold on, I gotta kick him again just so. I wonder what's wrong with his connection.
He must got like one of them Dr. Spock phones or something, like one of them flip phones or something like.
Mm.
That's all I can think about, like, cause if your shit ain't like Android or like at least have a Bluetooth on, like maybe just like his volume, his voice. They call it his speaker ain't acting right, like onto his voice, like. 'Cause it seemed like it was a lot of like he was talking from a boiler room or some shit.
Yeah. Oh my God! Please, people, stop with this Dillian Whyte thing. It's ridiculous now. I'm gonna have to wait for him to hop back in because
Yeah.
he's on his computer. He's just getting in as soon as I get to the computer. That's what he put in the chat. So
Okay. Oh, you put the Twitter you put the Twitter post Wilder put in the chat?
yeah, just so people could see it. You know,
Nice. Yep.
I mean, let's see what else is here. There really isn't much in boxing. I will say that. I mean, there's more with what else is there more with the
Well, I
UFC?
kind of felt good. I kind of felt good though seeing Champ Ross come in the chat today and make me think that we about to start seeing some scheduled fights soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's a possibility at this stage.
The only
Yo,
one I'm really
what you think about Dazin?
the zone.
Yeah, what you think about that whole situation?
You can't believe everything you read, but I think this is official that they're in financial trouble.
Well, of course that part. Yeah, of course that part.
Like, hold on, let me just get on a forum post. There's a forum boxing scene. Like,
Okay.
apparently they're hemorrhaging money.
Yeah,
That's not a good look.
not at all.
I mean,
Well,
people.
we knew they was hemorrhaging money, but when they like made those certain fights, like the Canelo fight with Rocky Fielding, I felt like when nobody really had that fight, and then when he fought Kovalov, even I didn't really feel like it was no press at that fight. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to make money if your press conference ain't wild and rowdy or like live? You know what I mean? Like or real like fans up in there. Like all I saw was like Canelo team on the stage. I didn't see a big crowd. Barely saw reporters at the fight. Did you see a lot of reporters at that fight?
I didn't know.
So it makes you wonder, like, where was the crowd at? You know what I mean, with the Kovalev and the and remember when GGG first went to Dazin? I call him Dead Zone, but I'm gonna call him Dazin. I'm gonna respect him. But like when he first went there, it was like his press conference. I thought that was like weird that they didn't answer him the hard questions. So while you're over here, are you gonna fight Demetrius Andrade? Are you gonna fight like certain fighters? It seemed like they just gave him a pass. They didn't mention Charlo. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I think someone said here on a different forum post, they said they're not done yet, but it's gonna be tough to get back on track.
Yeah.
Look, man, the zone tried to sign Wilder, and it didn't work out.
That was
I
like a
think
big fiasco right there. Like people were so mad at Wilder that he didn't sign the zone. People were really
well, I
mad.
mean, with that, I explained the other day, it wasn't guaranteed. Um it wasn't guaranteed. Like he won. You're trying to do a fight by fight deal on a new platform where both fighters aren't even signed to the platform. Not even
Exactly.
one of them is signed to the platform.
AJ wasn't signed also.
Yeah, he wasn't. It was for fights that were theoretical. Not
But that was
ones that.
the illusion that the fans tried to give off. Like AJ will get the fight Wilder long as Wilder signs. You see what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's the thing. That's not true at all. What they say, because they're theoretical. It's all theoretical. These fights, like you want two PBC fighters to fight on the zone, so they want a Brazil Wilder to fight on the zone. That doesn't make any sense, because that was
Yep.
the first fight. So
Yep.
what else was there on it? It's just simply the zone offering Wilder 100 million for 3 fights. Like he's offering Wilder 20 million to fight Brazil when there's no contract, and the guy who advises Dominic is also the guy that advises Wilder. And Skipper couldn't even guarantee like that he could come to terms with Brazil because he had no control over him. He hadn't even contacted him on that. Brazil even said in an interview, he said, "I don't know what that was about, but Wilder should have taken it because I'm going to wreck his plans." But there wasn't anything in place. The fact that Wilder went to the meeting showed you that he wanted to make it happen, but it was just not on, like, it was contingent on Joshua winning against Ruiz. And what happened? He lost. So you're telling me if Wilder signed, he would go fight Brazil on the zone, and then he'd have to wait for Joshua. So where's the rest of this deal gonna be completed? Joshua loses against Ruiz and has a second fight against Ruiz.
And a whole nother he has a fight with Ruiz and a whole nother landscape of boxing. So how is that like beneficial to Wilder or AJ? Because AJ was relevant a little bit over here because people wanted to see him. So that's the thing, like people don't understand. Like, remember when Frank Bruno came over here, like when he fought Mike Tyson, like people were into that in this country, and it was a big money fight. So if you go over to Saudi Arabia, I don't really know no Saudi Arabia fans. Do you? Do you watch her? Because I don't.
What it is, Ronald, is because the people there are so rich and they invest in the fight. That's the reason to go over there. They got good fans there, but it's very low key. Like it's kind of like if you do a fight in Singapore, the crowds are pretty low. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not a boxing nation. It's not like the US or the UK.
They just wanted they just wanted something because they could afford, like, to say, okay, we want this because we just want it because we can afford it. We just want to be like, we just want to like gloat right now. We just want a big ass fight, and we're gonna treat them like they gladiators type thing. Like, but it's not like real fans. It's just more or less like, this is an event that we want to see because all of the crazy stuff we see. So we want AJ over here type thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not into that part. I'm just into the whole, like, who gonna win, and I think my boy gonna win type aspect of it.
yeah, like the technical breakdown. Like who's got the better jab. We got the better conditioning.
Yeah.
Even stuff. Before the fight, mental edge, all that stuff for me is the most interesting bit. But it is good to troll with people and prove them wrong with the whole negotiation nonsense. Because, like, dude, 40 million, that's a lot of money for the Joshua fights. Unless the zone is paying more for it and giving Joshua like 80 million. Like, there's no mention of the Sky pay-per-view cuts or whatever. The problem with it all was nothing was guaranteed. Nothing was guaranteed in that. And from how things turned out, Wilder made the better decision. Because people are saying, "Oh, I bet that 100 million looks good now." Well, there was no 100 million.
See, and that's the thing. Like, Wilder had he had been like groomed from like 30 fights on. Like, put it like this: like his first 30 fights, yeah, they were all like backyard alley fights. But like from 30 on, he was groomed to step his levels up and fight the right people. And he was like epic. Like all of that whole situation, he caught a lot of people's attention in America. Like meaning all of the fans. We could put it like this: like American boxing fans, they like to see knockouts. So he knocking everybody out like after 30, and they like top 15 fighters. So when you see that, and then it's like you dang, what was I gonna say? You deal with like you have to deal with like the whole landscape of boxing. You want to see him pitted against somebody even higher level, like meaning AJ. Let's call it. Let's say AJ is a higher level, even though he's not known over here. So that whole fiasco with Eddie Hearn, like keeping downing a fighter because all people really want to see is competition.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and that was like why. See, people don't understand like LDBC. Like, we're just American boxing fans. Like, I'm gonna tell you straight up, Watcher. I grew up with boxers. I tell people this all the time. I grew up with John Brown, Atlantic City boxer. He fought Shane Mosley. I grew up with Evander Johnson. He died in the ring. You see what I'm saying? Like, he was a title holder. Like, we used to seeing title holders over here. I remember when Bruce Seldon lost to Mike Tyson. I seen him. We gave him hell when he lost to Mike Tyson because he got knocked out in the first round. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how we look at boxing over here. You good one day, and the next day we'll fucking just throw you by the wayside because we got so many other sports. You see what I'm saying? But Deontay Wilder stood the test of time in America. And they say we don't like participate in boxing, which we do, but like we buy the pay-per-views. That's how we participate in boxing. If it's a good fight, we'll buy that. We might not go to the fight a lot because see the thing about America, and I went to fights, I've been to fights, but it's like when you go in a fight, you might have to fight when you come out that bitch. You see what I'm saying? Like, because you might run into an asshole or some shit, white, black, whatever. That's just how it is. But we ain't got no problem with going to fights. But we just like we just regular people. Like for me, I'm a regular person. I'm gonna speak for myself. I'll go to the fights. I live right near New York. I'm right. I can jump on a fucking ferry in my car and be in New York and be at the Barclays. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how close it is to where I'm at. But it's like I'd rather just buy a pay-per-view and just talk shit to my friends online. You know what I mean? But I ain't got no problem with going to a fight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how easy access it is. That's how easy access it is to like in America. And it's only like the 6th best sport in America.
What's the best one? What's number one?
It's gotta be basketball to me. My son just got a 4-year scholarship to a 4-year school, and I'm proud of him. And he's
that's amazing.
Yeah, I bigged him up on the channel today. Even though I knew this like 6 months or 5 months ago, no, like 3 months ago, but it's like once in a while when I think about how he accomplished things, I think like, wow, my son's a beast. You know, he do everything. I might send you something behind the scenes about him. My son's a beast, bro.
Hey man, if you want.
Because I don't do that much. I don't like talk about what I do or what I know. But I just kind of just watch boxing and just participate. And that's my favorite. That's my favorite sport, boxing.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, man. I mean, the 6th best sport, you know, and it's funny as well because like no other American is doing what Wilder has done.
No,
long time. That's what people got to understand.
He should have been on a Wheaties box because that's how I grew up in America. Like when you achieve certain things, like he was the bronze medalist in the Olympics. He's supposed to have been on a Wheaties box right away because that's how I grew up. Like when you're an athlete, you get on a Wheaties box in America.
Yeah.
You familiar with the Wheaties box thing?
Yeah, I know of that. Yeah.
Yeah, like people don't believe that, but that's how like we look at America. But things have changed so much. It's like I don't know if it's because like people don't respect certain athletes no more. Like, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady pisses me off. Every time I look at Tom Brady, he pisses me off. But he's a great athlete. So if I seen Tom Brady in the Wheaties box, I'm on it. Like, oh, there go Tom Brady ass, because he beat the Indianapolis Colts that first year in the snow. You familiar with that game when they had that rough ass game in the snow?
No, I don't. What happened there?
Oh my God, that's how the New England Patriots got famous. I don't know if you're familiar with the Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, but that's up
I
my
know,
way where I live at.
I know Tom
Yeah.
Brady though. Like I know him
He's,
well.
he's the greatest quarterback that ever lived. The way
Yeah.
America looked at him, he's like he white too. He's like, but he is nice. He's nice as hell. Though. Tom Brady was nice, bro. He was nice. He's still nice, but he ain't playing for the same team no more. But like they appreciate. I'm gonna say football is put it like this. Football is not the main sport anymore because like a lot of black people turned away from football because of Kaepernick. But like I would say football is still number one, and then it's probably I'm gonna say basketball, and then I'm gonna say baseball.
Yeah, I love the American sports there,
Yeah.
it's like a phenom, it's just gigantic there.
You see
Over.
miracles. You see miracles to watch it. When you watch American sports, it's like a miracle that team actually pulled that win out type situation. And that's why a lot
Yeah.
of people love American sports is because even though you think like the Patriots got the baseball team, I don't know if you're familiar with what they call them, the Boston Red Sox. They got
Yep.
famous. They got famous because they was down 0-3 in the World Series. They came back and won 4 games.
That's crazy, isn't it? I
That's
mean,
crazy. That's crazy.
I'll just be back in a sec, Ron.
Oh yes, sir. I'm about to get off in a little while. Watch.
That's all right. I'll be quick.
All right.
Alrighty, we back.
Yes, sir.
I was waiting for Black Star Sports TV to get on, but I don't know if he's gonna hop on soon.
Yeah, I think he having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, has he contacted you at all?
Well, I don't know him. Watcher, I know you, bro. I'm on here because I know you. Like,
Oh, okay.
I'm not like
Yeah.
you. I think you gotta know me by now, Watcher. You can tell him I know somebody.
No, I know you, but I know Star Sports TV because I've seen him on all the live streams before.
Yeah, I
And
seen a name. I seen a name. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's a ton of people that I see. Like I recognize a lot of names.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Well, I'm gonna get off with you now because I think we've been on for like 2 hours.
Yeah, over 2 hours. It's good. Good for
Yes,
you
sir.
to hop in the stream again. It's good, man.
No
Appreciate it.
problem, Watcher. Like I'm just trying to bridge the gap between like certain situations or certain where people can understand like that like American boxing compared to UK boxing, like I can learn from certain things or Australian boxing. You know what I mean? Like I was telling you about Champ Ross, like it's boxing is huge, bro.
Mm,
All we can do is talk about it and understand it, and so
100%.
and the fans will come because if they
Mm-hmm.
like boxing like we like boxing, they'll come. I hate talking about the well, I don't really hate talking about the ins and out, like when it come to like when shit go wrong in boxing. But I rather talk about the positive shit too.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
That's all we can do, y'all. Just like be
Yeah.
happy with what we do and understand that like it's growing the sport. Like I said, I grew up with boxers, and trust me, they all went through those same turmoils of like wondering if they're gonna get a fight, and then when they get the fight, they get shortchanged or they don't get like the support that they thought they were gonna get. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, bro. There's a lot
Oh,
to it.
yeah.
Whether it's white, black, green, yellow. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
It's all about like what the skill set's about to me. If
Yeah,
the
I
skill
agree.
set is right, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Most
And
definitely.
like when people come at like certain channels or they get mad because they think they're like we are arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I just like boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I just like boxing. Like if I feel the way I feel, if you're on the wrong channel, you're just on the wrong channel because I'm gonna speak what I speak and I'm gonna say what I say and I'm gonna hope you come with like see that's the thing. Like if somebody say something to me about like how they saw the fight or what they did, I don't got no choice but to answer that. But if it's something
Mm.
stupid like he not making a lot of money or all that crazy shit, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. So that's why I block a lot of people. But I stopped blocking people. I just want to talk boxing and talk to people who like boxing like me, you know? And
That's
that's how you build, you know what I mean? That's how you build like more more people that come to back to boxing to me.
I mean, that's what it's all about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way.
And you know, Watcher, like I've been on a lot of channels, bro. Like I've been on see that's the funny thing about me, Watcher. I've been on Boxing Ego channel, I've been on all the big channels. I've been a moderator on all the big channels, but I'm not gonna ever stop liking boxing more than the person who actually has that channel. I'm gonna always support boxing more than the person who has that channel. And it's not a bitter thing. It's just like I'm not gonna sit up here and act like you don't know, like we just regular people and we got jobs and we work and we just want to talk boxing. I'm not gonna ever let you think you got no mindset over me because I'm just a person.
Yeah.
And then
You know what?
no shade to them, but it's just like you got the wrong one if you think that like you are more important than what I feel like it's more important. What's
Yeah.
more important is not being all caught up in all of that dumb shit. It's what's more important. It's just like talking about what you saw and what was exciting to you and like what you feel about that particular athlete. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's the best way to talk about boxing, really,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And like I
Mm.
said, ain't no shade to nobody. It's just like that's how I really look at boxing
Mm-hmm. Yep.
from a respectful point of view.
Yeah, exactly. Really, that the respectful point of view is probably the best view. You got respect for the sport. That comes first.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Always.
gonna laugh about it, we're gonna talk crap about it, but it ain't like it's like men out of like hot like hate for that person. I just got
Exactly.
mad at Terrence Crawford because he didn't like get those fights that he deserved, but it's Bob Arum that's keeping him away from those fights. And like that's my
Exactly.
main pet peeve with like with boxing, bro. Because I tell you straight up, like Terrence Crawford actually hit me behind the scenes one day, and he said like he was just saying it's like a whole bunch of crazy shit, and people don't believe me when I tell them that because it only happened like once or twice. But I was like, what? How does dude come in my Twitter account saying like he like he just like don't understand why he not getting the fights? This was like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, and this is when like it was like really heated on Trill Boxing Talk. Like we was like stuck between like who's Terrence Crawford's fans and who's such and such fan. And when he didn't come on like that show, that bothered the hell out of me. I'm like, why is he not showing up to speak his piece? You see what I'm saying?
That's really interesting. That I mean, for him to hit you up.
Yeah, he hit me up on Twitter, like, cause he know I supported him.
Mm.
And see, that's the thing. Like, this could be like, it might not have been him, but who comes on an account with Terrence Crawford's name and say that they're Terrence Crawford, but he don't want to talk or interview? You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't
Yeah.
get that part. I didn't get that part at all, yo. Like, yo, dog,
Mhm.
I'm over here trying to defend your ass. That's what I kept telling him.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like, you're the, you are being talked bad about.
Yeah,
People are
yeah,
criticizing you on your career, on your whole resume, and your whole boxing career. But
yeah.
people, the people that
I'm
defend
telling,
you,
I'm telling them I'm about to start smacking niggas out chat and all types of shit. That's what I was telling them. Like, the dog is getting bad of it, and I was even going against Trill. Like, he's like, yo, Ron, I like, yo, nigga, I'm about to stress these niggas. Yo, they talking bad about T-Buck. But then I had to leave
yeah.
myself here. I'm like, fuck it, this nigga ain't even showing up. Bo Mac came on the show once, but
Oh
never
yeah,
turns Crawford. But never turns Crawford, bro.
I
That
guess.
shit got me heated, yo. After that,
Mm, yeah, even the boxing voice, that channel.
yeah, I used to follow them.
They try to get him on, and he wouldn't come on.
Yeah, I got him on Messenger on Facebook. I'll ask him if he want to come on.
Yeah, I love Crawford. He's really good. He's good for the sport. Like I
He
said,
is. He is
like you
very good.
said. What do you say?
He is very good for the sport.
It's just behind the scenes BS, really.
I just wish he like fought the relevant ones that like the American fans want to see him fight. Like he fought the Australian dude, Jeff Horn. He fought Benavidez, which that fight right there is the one I fell asleep on, even though he like beat Benavidez later in the rounds. But it was like Benavidez had like a hurt leg because you could visibly tell that he had a hurt leg. So it was a boring ass fight until Terrence Crawford stopped him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
And
for
then
me, like,
Amir Khan.
oh, that fight right there let me down big time. That took all the lust out of my life because
But look, at the end of the day, man,
we didn't really get to see what Terrence Crawford could do in that fight
I mean,
because
he
it was
dropped
so
him
short
quick.
lived. It was mad short lived.
Yeah.
It was
I
bad,
mean,
like the way they
at the,
stopped
end
the
of the,
fight.
at the end of the day, fighters fight. They train their ass off, right?
Yep.
They get hit in the head for a living. They got to do all this media stuff. They got to try have a good relationship with the behind the scenes people. They just fight, and it is what it is. Sometimes we're disappointed with certain fights not happening, but sometimes these fighters they got no choice. They've got no leverage, or they're just in a situation where it's hard for them to get the bigger fights, the fights that the fans want to see.
Yeah, I get that part. I get that part because like if a reporter's like in your face and he's like hounding you, they might kind of take it like, look, man, you kind of coming me the wrong way, and I don't really want to talk to my boss like that. So I
Mm,
get it. It's like they don't really know how to respond to how somebody could be a vulture instead of just like a journalist. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yep.
I get that part.
Yep.
All right,
I
Watcher.
I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
All good, man. Anytime. Yeah, anytime.
I appreciate you, brother. And
I appreciate you too,
yeah,
man. You too.
always got my Bluetooth on. So if you ever do a broadcast, whatever time of the day you feel like you got a decision, I'll try to chime in.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do them earlier. So yeah.
That's what's up.
All right, man. Good stuff.
All right, peace.
Peace, man.
All right, till next time.
Till next time. All right, we're gonna wrap it up now.